This is a spread that's to happen in 1 year or less. And if something's in the first column, it's to happen in 1 day, week, or month, or within a month. If it would be in the third column, it would be within 3 days, 3 weeks, or 3 months, or within a 3 month period, of course, and so on and so forth. So this has a time factor as well as it has other aspects. Now, if you look at the first column with the ace of spade and the 10 of hearts, two tens alongside of each other is a change in times or a change in general conditions. But when it's alternating colors, spades and hearts, or clubs and diamonds, or whatever, it's the change are kind of like a neutral change. If it was two black tens, like a 10 of spades and clubs, it'd be a change for the worse. Or two red ones would be a change that was much better. But this is a neutral change in times. Now, if we look at the makeup of the deck, we have 9 face cards, 5 males, 4 females. So what we would say is that the person's going to be dealing with a lot of people and mostly males, males. Uh, this would be the makeup, and this reading is to happen in a year or less. So we count the face cards, and of course, the face cards also indicate different astrological signs, which we'll get into as we go. Now, we also find that there are 5 hearts, which means they're not going to be concerned that much about their personal life. 7 spades, which means there'll be a slant to taking care of problems. 5 diamonds, which means they're not going to be dealing with a lot of personal uh, finances. We'll be maybe a little stressed with the worries. And there are 7 clubs, which what's basically on their mind is problems in business. The slant is towards, if it was a perfect world, you'd have 6 face cards, 6 diamonds, 6 clubs, 6 spades, and 6 hearts. But the balance here is 7 spades and 7 clubs is the higher number. So there may be a tendency towards more concerns about business worries or work worries. Uh, Now, if we look in the second column, we see an 8 of diamonds and a 9 of clubs. An 8 of diamonds means receiving a small gift or payment of money, but also there's an 8 of hearts right below it, so that means a trip. But because it's two or going someplace or some kind of quest going on, sometimes a trip or a travel is not as important how far you go as what you're doing. So, whatever, it's either going someplace, a quest, or an actual trip, but it's very pleasant because they're 2 red cards. Now, when we look at the nines aside of each other, the 9 of clubs and 9 of diamonds, there's a work or a business change going on that's neutral. Again, if it was 2 black cards, it would be a negative change. If 2 red cards, it'd be extremely positive. But it's kind of a neutral change. Sometimes there's a change in circumstances which really don't change the overall picture very much. And that would be the case in 2 days, weeks, or months, or within 2 months. Now, if we look in the third position, 3 days, weeks, or months, again, there's a change going on, but it's a neutral change. There's a little anxiety about an extra money situation. The anxiety card's right below the extra money situation in the third position. And again, there's a neutral change in a work or a business situation because the 9 of clubs and 9 of diamonds are aside of each other, but neutrally. Uh, there's a September of Virgo card, which is represented by the Jack of Clubs. So a September of Virgo person could very well be involved in this. In the fourth column, but there's a 7 of hearts right below the Jack of Clubs, so The involvement with the person is pretty good. It's not bad. In the fourth column, there's a queen of clubs and there's an eight of spades next to it. So there's some kind of a concern, a threat, or worry concerning a queen of clubs. But the queen of clubs also stands for an October or Libra person. But in any event, it's not a pleasant association with the eight of spades, which is kind of a threat or a worry type of card. In the fourth position is the ace of spades next to the seven of clubs. And there's some gossip or rumors going on, and there's some slight delay in personal plans going on. But right below the delay card is a, a work or a business situation represented by the ten of clubs right below it. But the ten of hearts is above it, so I would consider it a neutral change in a way, because you have to look at surrounding cards, see what's around it. Red card tends to be more positive. Black card tends to be a little bit more negative. And that's to happen in 5 days, weeks, or months. It's in the fifth spot. The ace of clubs and the seven of clubs is in the fifth spot. You go one, two, three, four, five. Now we look at the sixth spot, which is the eight of hearts and the ten of diamonds. The eight of hearts means help or cooperation. The ten of diamonds is a pretty good money card. But then again, the eight of hearts and the eight of diamonds above it, there's some kind of trip or going someplace or a quest that works out to be extremely well. Profitable or happy. So, and then we look in the eighth position and we see the eight of clubs, which is anxiety. And there's a change in plans, which comes off okay. It's a red card. Little anxiety about making a change, but the change seems to be okay. It winds up to be pleasant. Uh, Below the eight of clubs is a female, or well, you could say a January or Capricorn card is the represented by the Queen of Spades. Uh, we're incorporating astrological signs with some of the events. Now, when we look at the eighth card, we see a nine of spades and a king of clubs. It means somebody having some setbacks. It's an adult or older male having some setbacks. And above it is the eight of spades, which is not good. Queen of hearts right below it. A red card is always a little bit better, so it's kind of like neutral. It may not involve the person being red as much as it could involve because of the way the cards are neutral. Now, the person would be having some setbacks and worries, but it kind of neutralizes a little bit. Now, that's a November or a Scorpio card, the King of Clubs. Now, in the ninth spot, you have a Jack of Hearts and a Ten of Clubs, which is a work or a business worry. And the Jack of Hearts relates to a younger person, but it also is a June or a Gemini person. So a June or Gemini may be in the mix somewhere. Somebody born at the end of May or in June. And then in the 10th spot, you have a queen of diamonds and a seven of diamonds. And usually the seven diamonds usually means a surprise. And the queen of diamonds represents an April or an Aries person. The surprise could be sometimes seeing or hearing from a person. And it seems to be a pretty good association. There's a eight of hearts above it. There's a seven of diamonds to the side. To the left is a little bit of a work or a money relationship. Now, if we look at and that's in 10 days, weeks, or months, because it's 4, 8, 9. It's in the 10th spot. In the 11 days, weeks, or months, we see two cards, a king of spades and a queen of spades. And that means two relatives. They're of the same suit. And they're together. And so will have some significance. There's a seven of hearts above the king. Uh, Now, the king of spades is a January or Capricorn card, and uh, the queen of spades is a January or Capricorn card, and the king is a February or Aquarius. And right next door to it is a December or Sagittarius card, all in the same suit. And then there's a female, young couple, because the way you can tell a female's age sometimes is who she's with, unless it's a mother and son. That's always a possibility. Well, then again, they're different suits, so it's not a mother, it's a couple or a friend involved there. There's a whole group of people, and it doesn't look bad as far as that association goes. But the Jack of Spades is December of Sagittarius. The Queen of Hearts is a July or Cancer person. So you can see all the associations there. And this is in the 12th day, week, or month spot. Now, just to go over a couple of more court cards and their astrological associations. A King of Hearts is August of Leo. A Jack of Diamonds is March or Pisces. A King of Diamonds is a May or a Taurus person. And we were going over some of the other ones up here. Okay, I think, okay. A Queen of Diamonds is, okay, well, I'm just trying to get my head together. An April or an Aries person. So we have this is March, this is April, and this is May, which is the King of Diamonds. So those are your astrological significance